Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. This is a timeless collective reading for all signs. Whenever you hear the message, this could be related to anything in your past. It could be a current event, or this could be your future situation or prediction. All right, the roles could be reversed. He could be a she could be a he. Signs and gender are mentioned. All right, but please be discerning and know that energy is fluid. So anything can be reversed or interchangeable. So first of all, I am hearing in my head Amazing Grace. We're near the end of Mercury retrograde. I didn't record anything yesterday, but I've gotten so many downloads. It's been crazy. Yeah, Ace of Wands, that third eye is very strong for a lot of people right now. I just want to say that I hope that you guys are taking time to get your messages and your downloads. Pay attention to situations, environments, people, even the different arguments or disagreements that you may have with different individuals. I feel like what Spirit has been doing is ushering in a lot of different situations to really trigger us to let go of things that I've been talking about this a lot, things that are still in the subconscious mind that are blocking some type of forward movement. I know I myself, the readings have been triggering, but things even in my personal life lately have been very triggering. And I've been staying very calm, but I just feel that there is a major breakthrough when it comes to illusions, confusion, and discernment, which is going to really help a lot of people to eliminate the chaos and the conflict that you are battling with, that's within you and around you, I would say. So let's see. The Five of Swords. All right. The Five of Swords. And I see the Knight of Cups here. I feel like a lot of people have been, wow, the High Priestess, the Temperance, the Emperor, and the Ten of Wands just fell out. And here's the Knight of Cups. Is this the, wow, and the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. I changed my space and I'm using different cards today. Thank you, Spirit. So this right here is being conflicted. Okay. Feeling defeated in a situation because of, like I said, a lot of baggage, a lot of drama, various things in the subconscious mind that may be blocking some type of forward movement. But this right here is so straightforward. You literally, something is being balanced out. And it's what I just said. It's like you tempering yourself, having self-control, doing things in moderation, also allowing yourself to see things from a different, when I see the Temperance, it's like you have to allow yourself to see things from a different perspective and change your point of view about things, because this is like the sun and the moon. It's air and water. I'm sorry, it's fire and water. For some of you, you know, like you and a person, you could be different signs and both of you have different, you know, attributes or characteristics. It's definitely learning about blending and transmutation. I've been saying a lot of people are moving out of their south node and into their north node. And so as you come out of this period of darkness and these cycles, there's a release that has to happen. And I think many people for a long time have sort of been at the crossroads in between worlds, and now you're finally starting to balance. And what you're balancing is your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and you're seeing that, you know, there are certain things, certain memories, thoughts, or whatever that's always going to be there, but you have to have better control of them. You have the High Priestess and the Emperor here. There's definitely some type of divine purpose for some of you, or divine partnership that's coming in, and it's going to bring you the wish fulfillment that you really, really want. Some of you are ready to be creative. There's a blockage being removed. That's, yeah, Eight of Pentacles. It has something to do with the work that you've already put in, you manifesting, and also just preparing yourself to work on something new. But there was something here that needed to be dropped. And I feel strongly that, because, and I'm just going to share this because I definitely resonate with this message. It was a download that I had before the World card. This is ascension, it's completion, and it's happening here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Spirit, today is September 9th, right? So today is September 9th. It's 10:41 a.m. Here is 9-9, the Hermit and the Nine of Swords. wow, today something is over. It's like a period of you being isolated from your blessings, your abundance is coming to an end. So collectively, a lot of people should be coming into some type of awareness about something in your life that has been a cycle. When it comes to people, places, things, you know, whether it's dark spirits, entities, principalities, it's something that you now are about to gain the level of consciousness and awareness about that you need for you to really move forward, like once and for all. Some of the readings that I've been doing lately, they have been like these tell all, really deep, just, you know, the Pandora's box wide open. And I don't, you know, nobody likes to talk about those things, but some of the truth that has been coming out, being exposed, is giving people clarity and confirmation to finally see that, okay, it is time to move forward. Or maybe you need to go back and look at a situation, whatever the case is, but it's allowing you to balance that shadow aspect of yourself and your light, to see that, you know, the things that you've been through, the baggage that you've been carrying, it's like God was always with you because you are like this earth angel. It was all supposed to happen the way that it did in order for you now to be very powerful, to be this high priestess energy, whether you're divine feminine or masculine. But this speaks of knowing how to toggle between the spiritual and the earthly realm. I think that a lot of people on their spiritual journey get so caught up in the spiritual that you forget to do your earthly things, or you get so caught up in the 3D earthly that you neglect the spiritual. It's now learning how to balance the two. And then you have the high priestess here and the emperor. And I feel like this partnership has been coming out for over a year. It's like an earth angel and a high priestess are coming into some type of connection. And I feel that here it's for sure like a twin flame energy that I'm getting, because you have someone like the emperor who is divine, but this person is earthly. They're grounded. They care about the 3D, and then you have the high priestess, but these two people are being balanced out. This is not like a narcissist and an empath, not to say that there hasn't ever been a shadow aspect, but this is two very different people who can come together, and they have love because they've been chosen for a particular path. If it's not for you, a person, I'm only saying that for some of you, there's a person because we have the Knight of Cups being here. For some of you, I know maybe you're saying, well, I don't want love. I'm not looking for love. That's fine. It's you balancing yourself. Like I said, it's the earthly and the spiritual, aspects of you that are balancing, and that's going to help you manifest more abundance. It's going to help you be more discerning with your friends, your family, in the workplace, with your business, because you now, like, your spiritual eye is open, but you have the structure, the discipline, the balance as the emperor to finally get things done. And therefore now you will go on a path and make decisions to do things that really bring you emotional fulfillment. As hard as it has been, instead of you doing things out of just obligation that will leave you having stress, fear, anxiety, and then being forced into some type of isolation. But most of this isolation, I hope that, you know, you've been taking time to really work on yourself and manifest. So something could have happened for sure, like on September 8th, and then today is September 9th. You know, here is victory and success, double victory, the Chariot and the Six of Wands. So you're moving forward passionately, and it's probably away from something from the past. Like I said, some of you may be revisiting a situation from the past, just mentally, like realizing what type of toll a situation may have had on you in the past. Something from childhood. It could even be a past life situation. And what's happening now is it's like you're getting your mojo back. I feel that you've been wearing a mask where I just saw 9:19 on the clock, where you haven't really been showing up for yourself, or people haven't been able to see you for who you truly are with this Queen of Wands energy. Maybe people have seen you as being someone who's, you know, aggressive or overly ambitious, and that's not really who you are. Or people haven't recognized that you are ambitious and very fiery and passionate. You're finally having this awakening now where it's like your truth is going to be out for everyone to see. That you are a very powerful manifester. You know exactly who you are. Yeah. That you stand your ground, and you know now how to stay grounded. You're firm in your beliefs, in your truth. You stay grounded, you have faith, you have courage. And this is allowing you now to move forward towards the Ace of Pentacles. The worst times are over. You have the Ace of Wands, the Empress. You're manifesting something brand new, and it's going to bring you equal give and take because you now are relinquishing yourself. I didn't hear, Eight of Cups, where people's always it's walking away. You're relinquishing yourself from some type of imprisonment that you've been in from what was in your mind. There was like some type of stalemate energy here for a very long time, and the King of Wands just fell out. So you are becoming this natural born leader, or you have that type of person coming towards you after a period of time of you just not knowing which way to go, being very indecisive, stalemate energy, analysis paralysis. You don't know which way to go. You really don't trust the spirit that you're hearing, or you don't trust yourself. So you are missing opportunities. You're discontent, you're bored, and hanging in limbo. Well, now it's like you're hanging in limbo, but you're finally getting like that wake up call that you need to see the truth about a situation that has been causing instability or an imbalance in your life. So there is a powerful download coming. And this could be a download about your family, or you're finally just about to have a mental breakdown and a breakthrough to help you get to creating the type of happiness within your family that you may really, really want. Yeah, I think that there is something heartbreaking coming out about your family though. Six of Swords. And you're going to move forward. And these, this is energy. There may not be anything happening around you. You may be like, no, everything is good with my family. But energetically, there's something for some people that is causing some kind of disappointment or regret. You could have people even in your family who they harbor on things for a long time. They're the type of people, they're not quick to forgive. They hold grudges. Well, that type of energy or behavior, it will rub off on you, and it will cause death and endings in your life until you put a death and ending to that mindset or that pattern of behavior, so that you yourself can go through a rebirth. And now you're going to be connecting with people who are a part of like the same soul family and tribe as you. There's going to be Three of Cups, celebrations, new friendships, just fun and exciting things happening in your life now that you're starting to see, wow, what I've been taught or what I believe, maybe that's been wrong. You had to believe it in order to have an awakening. You wouldn't have ever had an awakening if you weren't in the dark, right? But now it's like to go fully into the light and to embrace love, you have to actually release this, and I made reference of this even in the Bible, like when the Israelites, after they had, been stuck forever, and they eventually, God parted the Red Sea, and then it was a situation where they had to cross like the Jordan River and go into the promised land, into Jericho. Like all of the men had to be circumcised before they could go. And that's how this is. It's like before you can go into the promised land and you can be with like-minded people and you can celebrate and enjoy yourself, you're going to have to circumcise something. You're going to have to let go of the thing that has been hurting you the most. Now, for myself, even in my personal life, I've been really studying like the mother wound, the father wound, and I've always talked about this on my channel, really looking at how you feel about your family, your parents, being like a chosen person. Some people call it being the black sheep or chosen, but most of your life, and I'm pretty sure many people can resonate with this, you've always been told that it was something wrong with you. Even if you have spiritual psychic gifts, it's something wrong with you. That kid is weird or whatever. And it causes you to, where was that card that we had? To do this. It causes you to hide the fact that you are a manifester, that that you're magical. The Queen of Wands is someone who's, again, very assertive, very ambitious, sexy, the type of person who can own a room, like a real go-getter. But when you've been taught all of your life that is something wrong with you, Six of Cups, when it's time for you as an adult to move forward and have victory and success, you're lying to yourself about who you are because other people have lied to you about who you are for the majority of your life. Spirit is saying now you have to wake up and have this judgment call. There's a person within you that needs to come out. Some of you have probably been down like on hands and knees praying like, God, please get me out of this. And he's like, okay, well, you need to free yourself from whatever this heartbreak is, whatever this pain of rejection or the denial or whatever it is. You have to let it go, because this discontentment and boredom is why you stay stuck and stagnant, unable to move forward. And I know, maybe it may upset some people, especially people who watch me who are readers, but I've been saying this a lot because it's a personal change that I'm making as part of my own personal growth. One thing that I feel can be very toxic about tarot is the fact that a lot of people new to their journey, they find tarot. Tarot is so easily accessible, but the way that spirituality and even tarot is now, it's nothing really sacred about it. And tarot can become so toxic because it's just like the people who told you all your life that it was something wrong with you or not good enough. And all of these readings, we're saying, well, this is what's happening behind the scenes. And, it's making a person constantly think about a decision that they made that may not have been the best decision, whether they did it consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly. You did something in your past. And it put you in a situation that was hurtful, where when you hear about that situation over and over and over again, it becomes traumatic to you, because not a lot of people are advising you on, okay, well, once this happened to you, then what are you doing next? And tarot, to me, it's like an intro phase to spirituality, but you can't stuck in just trying to get answers and confirmation forever. You have to actually do the work to heal. Learning what is the root cause of your issue, that's only part of the problem. The unpacking, the undoing, the reprogramming, like that's where the work really starts. And for people who don't really know how to use tarot, that's the reason why it becomes addictive, and people, they lack their own personal growth and development because they don't use their own discernment. You're listening to reading, psychics, or whatever other people telling you what to do, but every single person that tells you what to do in your life, they're telling you from their perspective. They're telling you from their journey. They're telling you what they think you should do based on the things that they've gone through and how they've handled their situation. And to be honest, a lot of people, they're not handling situation. A lot of people are not like healed. There's no such thing as being fully healed, but a lot of people are still knee deep in their own healing journey, and they're advising other people how to heal. Those of you who have followed my channel, that's the reason why I will disappear for 3 or 4 months at a time. If I am deep in my own healing, I will take time away from this channel, because there's no point in me dragging you through my mud with me. I hope that makes, and that's the reason why, like, now we're in Virgo season. That introspection, that soul searching is needed, because it's something that a lot of people in the collective are doing, where it's like you're trying to figure out, why am I not manifesting the 8 of Pentacles? You're working so hard and there's your stress, fear, and anxiety. Why is it not manifesting? Because it's like you're working really, really hard to manifest after seeing what blocked you, but you're not actually healing from what actually hurt you or blocked you. And I know we always say, well, you can turn your pain into purpose. Yes, but you cannot skip the healing part of it. You do still have to recognize that you truly are in pain, and that you're going to have to do the most painful thing is to actually make peace with whatever really hurt you. And for some people, because the 10 of Cups came out with the 3 of Swords, it's family. Either it's the family that you created. Some people are hurt because their family has rejected them. Some people, you're hurt because, your family has fallen apart in some type of way, or it's toxic, dysfunctional, whether it's the family that you come from or the family that you've created, or you just have a fear even of creating a toxic, dysfunctional family if you don't have one. Those are all subconscious fears that will keep you blocked from loving yourself, from loving someone, allowing them to love you, and then creating like a loving family. It's a cycle. And it's really not so much that people are battling other people. It's these different spirits. Like, do you really know the fruit of the spirit? Because to be bitter, to be angry, to be mad, to be sad, to be prideful, those things will ruin you. 3 of Pentacles is in the reverse. There's some kind of like teamwork, collaboration, or partnership that, with it being in the reverse, It just feels like it's something that you have to stop working on. To be chosen, a lot of people, like, you're guiding people on with your walk, but you have to stay focused on being obedient and completing your mission. So even it doesn't matter if it's soulmates, twin flames, friends, family, you can't get so caught up on working on other people that you forget to be obedient to your own journey. Like a lot of people that, leaders, if you read into the parables in the Bible, like, it doesn't matter. If you read in any success story, you have to stop worrying about what went wrong, and you just have to get to your own promised land. You're going to meet people along the way that are going to be naysayers. They're going to be rude, nasty, mean. They may set you up, slander your name, whatever. You have to stay focused on your end goal. But you can't be so focused on the end goal that you don't actually admit to yourself that things have hurt you. I think it's just really the collective is coming out of survival mode. Yeah, and it's time to start over. For you to have justice. Justice is being served so that you can start over. Build something from the ground up, or something that you've already been working on is going to manifest. But this has taken a lot of patience. But now the Page of Wands, you're about to receive some kind of exciting news. They're like, okay, this is paying off. 9 of Pentacles and the Sun. That 7 of Pentacles, whatever it is going to finally pay off. Here is the sun shining on whatever it is that you've been planting and investing in. And it's coming through divine intervention. Like, God is like, okay, yeah, I know that you've been confused with this illusion, but finally you're able to break through. So here comes the Wheel of Fortune. Here comes that good change. And it's a new beginning, and it's freedom from the toxicity, the chaos, and the conflict. And sometimes you have to admit that you're holding on to something or someone that's leaving you feeling very defeated. And you have to just throw your hands up and say, I can't do this. You're going to have to just surrender this. Like, I can't, you just can't do it. And it's here, the 5 of Pentacles. This being left out, abandoned, this could be a wound that you haven't dealt with, or you're feeling this way. Financial hardship, being rejected, abandoned, left out in the cold. But this 5 of Pentacles is turning into the 10 of Pentacles. You're going to receive double for your trouble. Wow. And for some of you, it's coming in the form of a partnership. And I have to be honest, even with the readings that I've seen, a lot of people, one thing that my mentor taught me, and it's maybe about 5 things that I really hold on to. People are in your life as a tool of ascension. Something that I've noticed even in myself is the high level of projection. And I'm not afraid to say that I project. We all project. But when you find yourself constantly saying the same thing about another person, you really have to check yourself. Sometimes a person will be in your life and God will bless you with a person who will be a direct mirror. And you will notice that every single thing that you're saying about that person is actually you seeing a spirit that is within you. Just like how other people project onto you. It's something about their spirit that can see something in you, and vice versa. So don't ever be afraid to do the shadow work and to see, like, wow, I keep running into, we are the common denominator in every single situation that we're in. And I think that it's so toxic to always blame things on another person. How do you perceive that situation? And I'm only saying it because it's something I'm noticing in my own life now. Like, the things that really, really bother me, I'm realizing now, oh, that comes from a particular wound. Like, my spirit, it picks up on it out of fear. Like, oh, I don't want that to happen again, or whatever the case is. But it's me wrestling with with a spirit. That spirit is being attached to just about everything that I touch, especially people, because I haven't dealt with it. Maybe because I just didn't know that it was there. So I would encourage anyone to see, because if you don't, you won't receive that good news when it comes to your partnerships. And if you notice, these 2 hands are 2 different colors, just like I said before. It's nothing wrong with having something different. Different can be good, but most people, friends and family, they don't encourage you to try anything different. When something different comes about, what comes with it? Fear. So whenever you embrace something new that's different, everybody else around you is going to get afraid, and they're going to convince you that you should be afraid of this. Don't miss out on your blessings allowing other people's fears and projections, or your own fears and projections, to talk you out of good things. If somebody comes into your life and they're different from anyone that's ever been in your life, there very well could be that soulmate that can hold that mirror up in front of you and give you the Page of Pentacles, the missing piece that will actually help you to come out of the Five of Pentacles and go into the Ten of Pentacles. There are some relationships that will teach you everything that you need to know about yourself, if you allow it to. We focus so much on, oh, their relationship taught me this about that person. Stop trying to learn about the person and allow the relationship to teach you about you. Stop trying to learn, well, my parents were like this and my ex was like that. Who and what were you like in their relationship? And where can you change? Because if you've had at least 3 relationships that were all the same, there's definitely something that you need to change. Because it doesn't matter if you move, go to a different job, relationship, you can relocate, you can move to a totally different continent. You take yourself wherever you go. So what are those mirrors, those souls, different soul mates, whether you consider them good, bad, evil, or ugly? What is that mirror showing you about you? How do you react and respond to situations? That is the missing piece that's coming in now to get you out of poverty. Whether it's financial poverty or spiritual poverty, for you to go into abundance, spiritual abundance or financial abundance, hopefully both. But there's a missing piece here to your puzzle, and it has a lot possibly to do with how you see relationships and partnership. There's a lot of blending happening. People always want to look for, I want to find somebody like me. I want to find somebody like my mom. I want to find somebody like my dad. Well, if your family is dysfunctional, then why are you looking for the same thing? Doesn't that mean that you're going to repeat that pattern that leads to dysfunction? So why won't you embrace something new or different? It's just, just food for thought. And there you have it, the Four of Wands. Yeah. I mean, it's clear. 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot to celebrate when you realize that you have to be truthful and honest with yourself, fair, just. You have to be more objective in your thinking. And when you do that, there comes this freedom, wish fulfillment, happiness. Like, there's just too much baggage, too much weighing so heavily on you, where you can't see yourself. And I said this the other day, when you get to where it is that you've been trying to manifest, it doesn't look like what you thought. It doesn't feel like what you thought even, because it's so new. You've never been there before. Most of the time when people meet like their spouse, if you guys, seriously, if you read some of the best love stories ever, have you noticed that most of the people, they didn't like each other at the beginning? Like, really pay attention to it. If you sit down and you even listen to like elderly people talk about how they met, like the love of their life, and they've been together 50 years, usually somewhere in the story they'll say, I didn't like that person at first. But everybody has this misconception that you're supposed to be with a person that you were just head over heels with, that is love at first sight. You hear people talk about falling in love versus growing in love. You can fall in love with a fool, or you can be a fool who can grow in love. It's your choice, but it's all in how you see and perceive those situations. Most people's family, how you've been raised, they will teach you certain things about partnerships and relationships and success and finances and work and business. And you will get to a point you will realize that doesn't really work for you, because let's face it, you were the oddball anyway. But the odd person is usually the one who is chosen. So should you be listening to them, or should they be listening and watching you? Ace of Cups. And I just want to speak too about people who are struggling so much. Like I said, the thing that you've been taught was a problem for you, that you carried as a burden. God gave you a special type of heart because you were given a special kind of assignment. You were meant to go out and meet different people and do different things that the average person would not do, or they wouldn't make it through. So maybe that's why I was hearing amazing grace at the beginning of this reading. Give yourself grace. And give the people around you who just don't really understand your mission and assignment, give them grace too. But you can't stay behind trying to explain to them the works of God and what you're doing in your life if they just don't see it. If they want to complain and they can't see it or they don't want to see it, still you have to lead the people out of darkness that want to get out. Starting with yourself, right? I'm just going to look here really quick and see. Victim consciousness and procrastination. Learning to be teachable. You have people around you who want to be leaders, but they're not teachable. A leader who's unwilling to follow at some point is not a good leader. It's a lot of procrastination, but the procrastination comes from the pride, the ego, the chaos, the conflict. That's that a lot of people have been struggling with like incubus, succubus, Jezebel-like spirits. Those all are dark entities and spirits that bring about a lot of chaos, conflict, and confusion. I tell you guys all the time, when you are confused, you can't manifest because you don't know what's good, bad, evil, or ugly. You don't know up from down. So that's how the enemy wants you to always be stuck in confusion. Say what you mean. Speak up for yourself. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You're receiving help from above when it comes to all of this sadness, this heartache, and this grief. But again, are you willing to surrender it? Or are you just going to keep trying to figure out why? At this point, it's like, for some stuff, to be honest, when I look at the readings, it's so dark. And it's like God is trying to protect you from some of the details. I record so many readings that I just don't post because they can get so dark. If you really knew the full truth behind, some people are like, I want to know the truth so bad. If you really knew the full truth about everything that has happened, that has been done to you in the dark, you really may not even have the strength to keep on getting up, going. And I can remember I did a reading a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It's like your entire spiritual team, they're like, I don't want you to know everything because you're so close to the finish line. If you really knew the full truth about some of the injustices done, you may not keep getting up. And I need you to finally stand all the way up. It's like you keep getting knocked down and finally now you're on your knees, you're about to stand up. If you knew everything, you would just lay out and you probably wouldn't make it because of this dark energy that always tempts you to get stuck in procrastination in the past or whatever. And it's keeping you from your purpose. And right now, Spirit is saying, how teachable are you when it comes to these cycles that you've been in? I need you to learn how to transmute sadness and become a real leader. Meaning it's not like, oh, ignore the fact that you're sad, but procrastinating your healing journey is not going to be beneficial to you because something has made you feel that you're not truly a beautiful divine soul and you have love knocking at your door. Somebody loves you. Somebody is trying to come in and love you. But until you see yourself as beautiful, until you see your own gifts and who you are in the way that God sees you instead of the way that the world has told you that you should be seen, it's going to be hard for you to attract like situations that bring about unconditional love and infinite abundance because you keep limiting yourself. But you were taught to limit yourself. But there's still no reason for you to stay in the victim mindset of, well, I was raised that way, so this is okay. No. You saw the situation for what it is, and now you have to step out of it. And I know it's very scary, but it's truly what has to be done. Wow. It says, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Wow. And it says, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Yeah, it's time to come out of isolation and hermit mode. You need to get back to life. But it's not getting back to life. It's time to create a new life. The life that you know it should be no more, because it was like an old paradigm. It was an old timeline. It was an old way of thinking. In that mindset, in that energy, you attracted people who were not actually aligned for you moving forward. Now going into the promised land, you get new shoes, you get new friends, you get new jobs, you get new opportunity. Everything is new. So again, you have to be willing to do that circumcision. Is something of your flesh that has to be cut off. It's a person, a mindset, a habit. You're going to have to get rid of it. And it's painful, right? But this is not something that is so painful that you get to sit around and not do anything. This is like literally you cutting yourself and say, I know I did that. I know I had to cut that person off. I know I had to cut the situation off, and it's gonna hurt, but it's what's necessary for you to get to where you're going. It says hope is the conduit for miracles. My fearless freedom lights up the world. And the last one, it says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Wow. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. I'm going to leave it here, you guys. I hope that this gives you a bit of clarity, insight, raises your awareness. You guys, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And always go within so that you never go without. Remember to turn your trauma into healing. Grow from whatever, has been placed in your life that you thought would be your biggest burden. It was probably your biggest blessing. And give yourself grace. I'm not going to go any further. There are good things happening in love, though. But I want you guys to kind of sit with this message and think about what do you need to release or who. But try not to think about just them. Think about why you need to release that person or that thing. Because it's attached to something within yourself that keeps you holding on or attracting those type of people or situations. Make it all about you and less about them. Okay? So I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.